Hello and welcome back to Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. My name is Maybe Dennis, and last time we finished Case 2. We brought up two people, Miriam Frege and John, to the stand. And then after getting their testimony, we were able to bring the principal, the headmaster, to the stand and convict him of this murder because he had an argument with Bellwether, which caused him to get his construct to murder her, bring her to the room, and do the crime. We proved it by, proving that he was the only one that could have done it. We found the time of death and found that there was a fault in his plan because the construct he used just couldn't move after a certain point. Well, yeah, it seems like both the Frege family and the Steelwind family was in on it. So there's definitely some noble stuff going on, but let's head to the next case. The next case is called The Origins of Horus, case number 3. So let's head into it. Frey Cuthbert. I know that in the first case, Tyrion had a flashback where they're in the courthouse but outside of the courtroom, and he was like, "Oh, you couldn't do it, Timora?" It's like, "No, I'm sorry, I couldn't prove Frey not guilty, so she's probably gonna be killed or something or executed." So Frey Cuthbert. I wonder if Frey is a sister, mother, father, brother. I don't even know their gender, don't know their occupation, age, or arcane art. I don't know. Frey. I don't know if it's a female or male name. I'll give it a higher pitched voice. I'm sorry, Tyrion. There's so many things I want to tell you. So many things that I want to show you. But I'm afraid I can't do that now. I need you to be strong. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Episode 3, The Origins of Horus. Okay, so it is not our eyes, though the eyes of Horus belong to Frey, but Frey's name is also Cuthbert, so it's probably related, so it's still within the bloodline or some shenanigans. Preposterous! Completely and utterly preposterous! Von Sanctus. We've heard that name before. I think it's one of the main noble families. I think it was the Sibyls, Von Sanctus, Miriam Frege, and Steelwind. Is something wrong, Lord Von Sanctus? You filthy rat! You cheated, didn't you? That's right, you're just a cheat. A cheat and a charlatan. Name, Lloyd Von Sanctus. Occupation, nobleman. Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim? I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Do you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me? Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. I was expecting more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose that all that gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill. You little upstart, Von Sanctus' acquaintance clears his throat and gestures subtly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone's attention is on him. You can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves, "Oh, we're at a chess competition or something." His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure. It's preposterous! He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. It sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. So, that was something. Yeah, I knew that he'd get angry, but I didn't expect him to make a scene like that. Well, you did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it. Come on, I love seeing those conceited nobles lose their mind when I beat them. It's half the fun of playing these tournaments. Wow, where's his confidence when we're in the courthouse? Court cases are different. I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes Prosecutor Steelwind. Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? I wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. You wonder if she'd be willing to play you sometime. She can't be any worse than those pampered nobles. Anyways, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, you just beat one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. To be honest, you had your reservations about returning to the city of Oranax. If you weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, you would have never come back here. You'd rather leave the city as soon as possible. I saw a cafe while we were walking. The food smelled great. I'd love to go there. I'd really like to go there. We could always go to one of those cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there. Trust me, I've traveled around the world. There's nothing better than the food from a thriving port city. Alright, I suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer. She does have a point. The city streets seem livelier than when you last saw them. You see a lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Aranax used to look like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been investing in the city? Oh, some good stuff? You find that possibility very hard to believe. You arrive at the cafe that Celeste told you about. As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. The scent of baked goods swirls around you, and you take a moment to inhale the enticing smells. You have to admit that it makes you very, very hungry. So, you seek to enter the... I think this is probably the old man in the beginning. So, you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress? Oh, wait, never mind. Well, if it's... Oh, man, there's so many female characters, I don't know what to do. Well, if it's glory you seek, then look no further. For you stand before... Oh, man. Mosorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax. I hope I didn't butcher that. As you head further into the cafe, you're approached by a familiar face. Oh, this is a familiar face. It's a merchant. Okay. She looks like a witch, but she has no magic. Wait. Oh, wait. No, this is me. What's... Oh, I'm not a witch. Rika, is that you? Wait, Rika? So is that just not her real... Oh, no. It's her the last part of her name. I'm also Rika. I'm just gonna call her Rika. It's easier. Is that you? Ha! It appears that my reputation precedes me. Okay, she does have magic. She's a merchant, age 19, arcane art, evocation. That's the same type as Steelwind. How good of you to... Wait! You're... Tyrion? You're back. Oh, she's happy. Hi. You... Why didn't you tell anyone that you're back in town? Do you have any idea how worried we've all been? Do you two know each other? Right. Celeste, this is Mosorika Tudor. I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago. Wait, you used to live here? Yeah, Aranax is actually the town I grew up in. What? But you were in such a hurry to leave before. Aww. You came here to eat, right? Ah, I forgot what voice I gave her already. Well, if you're hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house. No, I couldn't possibly. Come on, don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. And you know how good my food is. Okay, but only for a little while. Rika sets up a table for the 3 of you to call over a waiter. Oh, and calls over a waiter. You all place your orders. So this is case 3. It's a good segue to, like, getting into our past and whatnot. In a lot of Ace Attorney games, case 3 is known to be, like, the meh case of the game. Not for all the games, but I would say for, like, a majority of them. Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you've left. But first, let's see the room. There's some barrels stacked in the corner here. I wonder what's inside. Wait, Rika, you wouldn't happen to have lotus juice on you, do you? Lotus juice? What's that? Never mind. What happened to the lotus juice that you received from Miriam? I finished it. Already? It hasn't even been a month. Also, it was lotus juice. It's all mine. It's legally mine. You gave it to me. This table looks really well made. You like it? I commissioned a local carpenter to have my tables custom made. Well, it was probably worth it. They fit with the humble and rustic vibe you got going on here. Okay, let's see what this is. There's a shelf full of drinks, mugs, and sugar behind the restaurant counter. This must be where Rika's employees prepare coffee to be served. Is she gonna be... Oh, I hope it's not the case. I hope she's not the victim. Rika seems to have decorated the entire cafe with several plants and flowers. The green adds a fresh and earthy ambience to the restaurant. Is there anything else? Oh, lamps. There are some artificer lights hanging up from the ceiling. Your business must be doing pretty well if you can afford artificeries like this. That's just one of the benefits I get from working with a Dracogen trading company. I'm just gonna give her this voice. Most of the merchants equip all their businesses with artificial networks now. I think that's all of it. Alright, cool. But did you know that I'm an attorney? What do you think about this, Rika? Speaking about such things would be beneath me. In other words, she has nothing to say about it. Celeste McCoy. So, are you going to introduce us? Right. This is Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard. Bodyguard? And Celeste, this is... As if I need such introductions. I am Mosarika Tudor, Dark Lord of Oranax, High Archmagi... Oh wait, I'm so used to Archmage that I'm not used to saying Archmagi. High Archmagi of the Cadmium Flames, and the proud proprietor of this cafe. Okay. I was friends with her until when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart. Hey! She's also a common folk mage like you. So you come from the same humble beginnings that I do. Which spells have you mastered? I haven't really mastered any of them. I know about 7 spells though. 7? That's almost 4 times the amount that I know. Oh, so I guess she knows too. She's learned even more spells? She's been picking them up rather quickly. I've been usurped. Tyrion Cuthbert. Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now. You even have a bodyguard. Do you get an office job in the big city? Something like that. I'm actually a defense attorney. Did you not see my badge? A defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Oh, okay. Yeah. Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby? Miss Tamura adopted me when my mother passed away several years ago. After that, she's been training me to become an attorney like her. Okay, so Frey must be his mother then. Okay. Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Well, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer. Said the 19-year-old mercenary. Yeah, I guess you got me there. Rika's Cafe. Are you the owner of this cafe, Rika? She just said she was the proprietor. We always spoke about opening one when we were kids. Yep, and it's all thanks to the Dracogen Trading Company. The company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed. Dracogen Trading Company? I don't think I've heard of them. They're pretty small right now, and they're only operating in Oranax. But I hear that they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyvengard. But I would have thought that Lord Von Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom. Lord Von Sanctus. Isn't he the pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning? Wait, that was you? I didn't even know he was a businessman. Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles for a living. Maybe you should start reading more about national politics. Oranax City. Is it just me, or does the city look less depressing than before? Oh, right. You left the city before the new merchants appeared. New merchants? Like from a merchant's guild? Yeah, the Dracogen Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and brought the Arcane refinery a few years ago. Oh, bought the Arcane. I said brought. After that, merchants from all over Wyvengard started coming here. Well, being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge. And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctus does. It's really improved the quality of life for the people here. I doubt Von Sanctus appreciates the competition, though. There's even talks about forming employee-run unions. Oh, Von Sanctus definitely won't appreciate that. The chess tournament. So, you still play chess? Yeah, I'm nationally ranked too. I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctus at the tournament this morning, but I had no idea they were talking about you. Upstart commoner? That name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, do you still do that thing when you play? No. Wait, what thing? Nothing. She's not talking about anything. Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did. Wait, what? What do you use? Why don't you show it, Tyrion? I'd rather not. Come on, show us, Tyrion. The thing. I think I'm a little too old for this. You're never too old to tap into your inner tuning. Oh man, yeah, she definitely plays the Chuny part. Do it, Tyrion. Yeah, do it. The two of them begin chanting, trying to pressure you. It draws the attention of the other patrons in the cafe. They don't seem to care about the confused looks that they're getting. It seems that you don't have a choice. You take in a deep breath. Those who stand in the shadows, those who fear the light of divinity, your Imperials will fall, and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus. They're trying their hardest to contain their laughter. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore. No, that was great. It was really cool, Tyrion. Her poorly contained laughs are coming out between each word. And why are you laughing? You were doing it just a moment ago. Yeah, but she owns it. I just gave you a detail of my important backstory, and you just laughed at me. You laughed at me. My secret. You used to say something else before, too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they are a man, king, or god. Yeah, that's it. He still says that sometimes. Oh, looks like our order is here. A waiter brings in the lunch special for each of you. The enticing aroma of each meal makes you salivate a little. You gladly devour the meal. Rika's cooking is just as delicious as you remembered. You spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. As your conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases. My two. No, really? Yep, turns out that it was a headmaster the entire time. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did you know, Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. But wow, I can't believe it. I never thought that court cases could be that dramatic. You finish your meal as you continue to tell Rika more about your cases. It's nice being able to talk with her again. You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened, but you're happy that she seems to be doing well. So, I was wondering if Tyrion eventually went to an orphanage after his mother died, but maybe Timora, it sounds like Timora adopted him right after his mother died, so that might not be the case. That means Rika is just a childhood friend. I thought maybe they would have been in the same orphanage, but I guess maybe there's no orphanage involved. Never mind. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika, but I think it's time for us to get going. What? But we just got here. Aww. It's okay. I'm pretty sure you're busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. Be sure to write, okay? Just don't go and disappear like last time. Yeah, I'll stay in touch. You better. Blah, 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 blah. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local merchants guild to rent a carriage. The city streets seem more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them. Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something, but every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind. It's nothing. Okay. You both continue to walk silently as you make your way through to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. Oh no, someone's dead. You hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Hey. Hi. Can we rent a carriage to travel to Routholm? Sorry. It's the same merchant from the first case. Even it's the same portrait at the very least. Sorry, but travel outside the city is temporarily closed. What? Why? Have you heard? Knights of Kingsguard had locked down the city. They set a blockade and everything. Check the city gates if you don't believe me. Oh, I told you, Celeste. We should have ran. We should have made a run for it. As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townfolks are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there. This is outrageous! How long do you plan on keeping us here? Sorry, but we have our orders. We can't let anyone outside the city until our investigation is complete. There's an investigation? Did something happen? Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded? Sorry, sir. We're not allowed to release that information. We We just have to make some other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I'll need to take your names and occupations for our records. What? Why? It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them. It's invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the King's Guard. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney. Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard. Thanks. You look over to the other King's Guard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here too. They must be making a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason? Oranax blockade. Clue. A blockade has been created around the city of Oranax. This blockade is preventing anyone from leaving or entering the city. The King's Guard has taken careful note of everyone that is currently contained within the blockade. I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now? This can't possibly be legal. The townsfolk continue to shouting at the knights, but it's clear that they won't be budging anytime soon. What do we do now? You notice that it's starting to get late. Oh, late, yeah, sure. We don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should be fine to find a place to stay overnight, just in case. Oh, we should find a place. This place seems awfully similar. Oh wait, there aren't paintings on the wall, so it's totally not the McCoy Tavern. You walk into a nearby tavern and see that it's absolutely crowded with patrons. Looks like everyone had the same idea. Hey, welcome to the Agwin, I'm gonna call it Agwin. Welcome to the Agwin Tavern. What can I do for you? Can we get 2 rooms for the night? Sorry, but I can't even spare 1 room. We're completely full with the blockade and all. Wait, let me take care of this. Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and plops it on the innkeeper's desk. Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only one? Hey, the entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I can do. What? Embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion? No, it's just... You realize that she's just teasing you, like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing. I love how Celeste is loaded. Oh, this is the CG for Celeste's room. Definitely reusing some assets, but it's fine. It's funny because, like, she's supposed to be working for him. I know that, like, she ended up not paying him for his services because I think Timora said it'd be more useful for her to work for him. But she's still spending her own money for him like this. I think it's kind of funny. How should we? Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. What? I can't just let you. Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. She's got you there. I love how the person paying for the room is like, I'll sleep on the floor. Alright, but tell me if you want to change your mind. Yeah. Dream time. Oh wait, refinery worker. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walk past him. What? Hey, watch it. Quit shoving me. Wait, whoa. Holy crap, pull me up. I can't hold on for much longer. Oh, you idiot. What are you doing? What? Grab his arm and pull him up. Ah! My hand! What the hell are you doing? Your grip is too tight. Stop that! Ah! Wait, I can still... I have no idea what's happening. No! What happened? I should have been able to. By the Scaled Lord. He fell in. No, I can use this. That's right. I can still make this look like it was all his fault. Okay, random guess. Culprit is probably going to be that noble we saw before. I know nothing, but he just seems like the person I want in jail. Alright. You find yourself falling into a nightmare. Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I can't believe they made you watch. Are you okay? Oh, wait. So, I should have realized this. So, Frey is his mother, most likely. And she was accused of a crime that she probably didn't commit, I'm assuming. Ruby, Miss Timora lost the case, so she probably ended up getting executed for it. Right. Of course not. Are you gonna keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. Your question barely comes out as a whisper. What? Are you gonna keep fighting the nobility? I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. I thought the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore. So you're just gonna give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just gonna give up, then was my mother's death truly pointless? I'm sorry. Teach me how to be like you. What? You said that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So, teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together. Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't. Miss Timora, please. I don't have anything left. Please, just take me away from here. You clutch your hand tightly. You feel the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left for you. It's the last comforting memory you have of her. It's a memory you'll never experience again. Mom. Whoa. You're startled awake. After some confusion, you realize that it was all just a dream. You don't have any troubles falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. But for some... Oh, the sound was the flames on the table. I thought it was like something crumbling. It's been a while since you remember that day. That's all the more reason to leave the city as soon as possible. Celeste, are you up? Look at... Oh my gosh, she's got such a cute expression. I wasn't spying on you, no. Huh? Celeste was wistfully staring out the window watching the rain. Her head whips towards you when she realizes that you're awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? Nothing. He wasn't awake, was he? What were you doing? You weren't doing anything to me, right? He doesn't seem keen on sharing, but it'd be best not to pry. Anyways, do you know if the city is still under lockdown? I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. Oh, they do have a nighttime filter. Why didn't they show that before when they said it was getting late? You go outside and check the city gates. The blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. Looks like we can't leave yet. They've even doubled down on their guards. What's going on here? Tyrion! You spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks into a full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain? Oh, okay, so are we gonna get accused of murder? Tyrion, it's terrible. There was an accident at the Arcane refinery last night. Okay, no. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. He's dead. Oh, Rika, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, Lord Van Sanctus has blamed the Dracogen Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. As the lord of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracogen from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them? I don't think I can. What? But Rika, I specialize in homicide cases, and most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry, I'm sure that the Dracogen Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. I'm not so sure about that. Think about it. A lord from one of the 4 pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think that anyone else will try to fight them on this? She has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will go up against the nobility under any circumstance. The only ones who will do that are you and Miss Timora. Alright. I'll see what I can do. Really? But please, don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. Okay, that's okay. I'm sure that Mr. Dracogen will take any help he can get. Mr. Dracogen? He's the owner of the Dracogen Trading Company. He should be at the old Arcane refinery now. That must be the scene of the accident too. It would probably be best to start your investigation there. I've been away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can help you with, or I can do to help. You follow Rika's directions and move through the city's industrial district. It reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus, so we had that since birth. You always avoided this part of the city. It's always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now. Is it because you have more control over your powers? Or has something else changed? Oh wow, that looks like modern tech. It's even a breaker. Alright, we're here. You've arrived at the refinery to see that there aren't many people around. The few people you do see appear to be from the City Watch. Operations must have been halted after the accident. Wow, so this is an Arcane refinery. I always saw this place as a child, but I never really understood what they do here. Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificeries. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy. You look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. Oh, that's the guy from the cover. He's facepalming pretty bad now. Could he be the guildmaster that Rika spoke of? Let's take a good look at him. So, okay, because his portrait was so large, and he has a backpack on that's really big. I thought he was a relatively big person, yeah. But he's actually his curves make him actually seem a lot more fit than I expected. All right, yeah. He takes notice of you as you head further into the refinery. Oh, what voice to give this person? Hello there. You must be that attorney that Miss Tudor spoke about. No. I feel like maybe a lower gruff one will work. Hello there. You must be the attorney that Miss Tudor spoke about. I am. I take that you're the guildmaster of the Dracogang Trading Company. Yes. My name is Stefanik Dracogan. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Stefanik Dracogan. Guildmaster. I really appreciate you lending your aid in this matter. I already told Rika this, but I've never tried a civil case before. I'll need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be. Well, there isn't a single attorney in Auranax that will represent me, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Celeste was right. All of the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Okay, so this guy is definitely gonna be the defendant, because... not definitely, but so far all the chapter titles, the chapter portraits, have shown the defendant. Celeste was right. All the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Where should we start, though? This case is probably different from the homicides that we're used to. Homicide or not, the case revolves around a wrongful death. If I did represent Dracogan, I'll need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we need to start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should also question the witness who saw the victim when it happened. It wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident either. The guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him might also give you some insight on what happened. But first, let's see. It's a walkway that overlooks the refinery. It's a little concerning how close it is to the vats. I suppose that the guardrails should keep the employees safe when they're up there. It's a vat filled with chemicals that I can't quite identify. According to Celeste, those chemicals are used to refine and create arcane crystals. Those metal stairs lead up to the walkway above. Alright, breaker. It's a power box. It contains artificery hardware and an arcane power cell. It's connected to the chemical vats, so it must control some function of the refinery. That might be it, but we have the detect magic.
Materio Arcanum!
Oh, wow, there is magic. There's quite a bit, actually. It's all on these, openings. So maybe someone tried to forcefully open them. There are traces of transmutation magic on this power box. It is an artificery device, so it's not too out of the ordinary. Of this. There are traces of transmutation on this. I'm honestly not quite sure how these vats even work. Perhaps transmutation magic is used in the refinement process somehow? Okay, so I think that should be it. Yep, alright. But did you know that I'm an attorney? What do you think about this? Sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but I don't think I can tell you much about that. Okay, nobody wants... Oh, what about this? Oh, what did you know about the blockade surrounding the city? I know that the King's God is involved, but that's about all I know. I am a bit curious about what caused such a stir, but I suppose I have more pressing matters to focus on now. Hey, do you know about, this dude? Lloyd Von Sanctus. Nope. What do you know about Tudor? Rika mentioned that you gave her the capital to open her cafe. After trying her food, I would be remiss not to. I am aware of how difficult it is for a commoner mage to succeed in our society. That's quite philanthropic of you. Well, many other businessmen would show reluctance in dealing with a mage. That makes them an untapped resource. Pragmatic would be a better word to describe Stefanik. What do you think about me? I've heard a lot about you and Ruby Timura through the grapevine. Miss Tudor speaks very highly of you as well. It puts my mind at ease to know that I have your support. I wish he had more facial expressions. He's just kind of angry. Okay, so speaking about Miss Timura, we'll give the same thing. Alright, let's talk to him. The accident. To start, can you tell us about what happened? Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway and into a vat of magical chemicals. Those chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Evocation, okay. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have pulled him out. I see. But that all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened? There are guardrails on the walkway to prevent people from falling. Supposedly, those guardrails broke apart when the employee tried to lean against it. Oh, there we go, some emotion. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened. Is he telling the truth? This could all just be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. Okay. The victim. Earlier, you said that the victim was an employee of yours. Could you tell us more about them? Yes. I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him. He was a young man named Justin Wei. Was he a good employee? He was a hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard that he'd always spend his time with the local delinquents. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. She told me that she wanted him to turn his life around. That does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. Rika helped Justin. So Tudor supposedly begged Stefanik Dracogan to hire Justin Wei. She just wanted Justin to turn his life around. Supposedly, he used to spend a lot of time with some local delinquents, but has turned his life around since then. When you live the life like Justin's, it helps when you have something to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker. He did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules too. So I have no idea why he was up in that walkway. Wait, he wasn't supposed to be on that walkway? Walkway. Earlier you mentioned that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that? Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of the team that managed packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway. That's strange, to say the least. Was he the type of person to wander around places he was not supposed to? No, like I said before, he always followed my rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. Justin's job. Justin Wei was a star employee who was always known to follow all of Stefanik's draconic... oh my god, the names. Stefanik Dracogan's rules and regulations. He worked in an entirely different department and wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the refinery walkway. Dracogan has no idea why he was in the refinery before the accident. Witnesses. Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall? There are many employees here at the time, but there are only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Who are these witnesses? If I remember correctly, Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall. Wait, Rika was there when it happened? Yes, she witnessed the accident alongside the harbor master. Morrison. Oh, you're acquainted with him? I am. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child, but after you left Oranax, you went out of your way to cut contact with everyone from your past. But what were all these people doing here in the first place? Maybe all of Frey's acquaintances ended up backstabbing her after being pressured by the nobility. And maybe that's why she ended up being caught guilty, even though she was probably innocent. But what were all of those people doing here in the first place? Rika is a cafe owner, and Morrison is a harbor master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor, but the Hobbit Master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. A nobleman? I'm not privy to the specifics, but apparently that nobleman had the legal authority to go wherever he wanted. You'll want to ask Morrison more about that. But it will be awkward to speak with him after all these years. Okay, I wonder if we... Oh, yeah, okay, so we got some new stuff, I think. Wait, I swear I saw some, like, black... Okay, I know it wasn't my imagination, but, maybe it was from this, like... Oh, okay, I see. So when I click examine, it marks it as unread, and it's... No, never mind, it's red, Alright, so let's see where it can go. Wow, there's a lot of places. I'm gonna go to Rika's Cafe. Hopefully get some deets from her. You arrive at the cafe and see that the restaurant is packed with customers. You don't see Rika anywhere though. She must be preoccupied. Perhaps you should check in when the restaurant is less busy. Okay. Oh wow, all these got yeah, all these got unexamined. So, oh well. Alright, in that case, let's go to the town square and see Orem or someone, I don't know. Oh, no, this is the hey, you need help button. In that case, actually, I'm curious about this. Oh my god, that looks that does look like some very dangerous stuff. Tyrion, do you want me to scan for magical traces? Well, there aren't any magical elements in this case, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to check. Alright. It's a vat of dangerous magical chemicals. Supposedly, they're corrosive enough to dissolve anyone unfortunate enough to fall into it. Celeste is watching you real carefully. She can be a little overprotective at times. It looks like the guardrail completely broke apart. The rails are completely rusted too. Was Dracogen lying about the property maintaining the site? That is curious. I feel like I want to trust him, but I don't know if I can at the moment. Detect magic.
Arcanum.
The entire... Okay, yeah. I was wondering, I was like, this part looks like perfectly fine. The other rail looks a little bit rusted, but then you see this part. I was thinking like someone might have cast magic on it to make it rust quicker. So, to hide evidence, maybe. So first there's this. There are traces of evocation magic on the chemicals in the vats. That makes sense. Evocation is a school of magic for spells that create and disperse energy. These chemicals are probably induced in some sort of magical reaction to create arcane crystals. What? What's wrong? There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrails. Transmutation? Do you see any traces of anywhere else on the walkway? No, it's only this area. Transmutation on the guardrails. There are magical traces of transmutation on the guardrails that Justin supposedly broke before falling. These traces are only on the rails that Justin broke. They aren't anywhere else on the walkway. Transmutation is a school of magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Usually, mages use transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects. How did the transmutation spell affect the guardrail? Someone use a spell to change the physical properties of the guardrail? Judging by the current state of the rail, we can only conclude one thing. The spell... wait, okay, so... The spell weakened the structural integrity of the guardrails. Right, someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them. And only these guardrails were weakened. The sabotage rails are right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals too. What was the intention of weakening the guardrails? There was a clear intention behind the actions of this unknown mage. Judging by what happened, the intention can only be one thing. The unknown mage wanted someone to fall into the vat. Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they target only the specific guardrails? But why? Who would do this? You can feel your fist clenching tightly. Oh, your vision changes too. Everything has become... I don't know what this effect is called, but you can wear 3D glasses to make them pop out. Someone committed murder using magic here. And whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up. Tyrion? You won't forgive whoever did this. When you're through with them, you will make them feel a fraction of the misery that your mother... Tyrion! Oh, what? Are you okay? Right. Sorry. Anyways, if it weren't for your detect magic, everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. That means whoever cast this transmutation spell did so recently. Right. Okay, I think this was just updated. Yeah, updated. A mage must have sabotaged the guardrail within the last 48 hours. They clearly intended for someone to break the rail and fall into the vat. In that case, yeah, there is nothing else here. Cool. So, I wonder if we can go back to this dude and, like, tell him about it. You should notify Dracogen about the traces of transmutation that you just found, but perhaps you should wait until you obtain more information first. After all, knowing about a potential saboteur might unnecessarily stress him out, even more so if you don't have more information. Ah. Okay. In that case, I guess we'll... Actually, is there anything else? No. Alright, then we'll move to the harbor, because that's the only place that we haven't gone to yet. You arrive at the harbor in search of Morrison, the harbor master. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. Notably, the Arcane Inquisition is among them. You spot Commander White and Prosecutor Steelwind coordinating the knights there. I wonder what those two are doing here. The knights at the blockade said that they were investigating something. There must be magic involved if the Inquisition is here. Do you think this has anything to do with what happened to Justin? I doubt it. We didn't see any Inquisition knights at the refinery. It must be a coincidence. Huh, you're probably right. But I'm kind of curious about what the Inquisition is investigating. It has nothing to do with our case. It'd be best to leave them to their business. Alright. Oi, you there. You best clear out. You best clear out. The knights have closed the harbor. Morrison? Huh? Do I know you? Wait, Cuthbert, is that you? This is a very similar voice to the voice I gave Orem, but it's very suitable. Noah Morrison, Harbor Master. So, okay, he's age... Okay, no, I keep misreading. Hi. He's age 64, and he has no arcane art. I heard from the little Morisica that you're back in town. What can I do for you? It's also the same voice I gave Celeste's dad. We heard that you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we heard, you witnessed the accident. We wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw. Oh, right. Morisica said that you were an attorney now. What? I just hope that you're not still hung up over that business with your mother. Sorry. I guess it's none of my business. Anyways, I'll tell you what I know. What, did you know that I'm an attorney now, even though you just said? What can you tell us about this, Morrison? Sorry. I don't know much about these sorts of things. You better ask someone else. What do you know about this guy? The Dracogen Trading Company seems to have a large presence in Oranax now. Old Dracogen just swooped down one day and took the city straight from Von Sanctus's grip. Now I can't think of a single business here that isn't working with them. You wonder how Lord Von Sanctus feels about that. I hope this whole mess doesn't affect the company's dealing here. He really breathes life into this town. Let's talk about me. I can still remember the days when you were just a small boy. You've really grown up since then. You had to. There was no other choice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Tyrion's so sad. By the way, you haven't introduced me to your friend over here. Oh right. Morrison, this is Celeste McCoy, my bodyguard. Bodyguard, huh? When I first saw you two, I thought she was your... No, it's not like that. Our relationship is purely professional. Professional? How can you say that after we shared a room together? Can you not? Sorry, you make it so easy sometimes. Oh, you McCoy son of a bitch. What can you tell us about this, Morrison? Okay, never mind. Let's talk about Von Sanctus. How do you feel about Lord Von Sanctus? Haha, you know the answer as well as I. I've got no love for the damn aristocrat. If we're lucky, old Dracogen will shoot down this civil suit and kick Von Sanctus to the curb. Rika seems to be doing well. Her cafe looks pretty busy. I'm happy to see you kids making something of yourself. With the way people treat mages, I was really worried for her future. Alright, let's examine. It's a ship. It's a modest ship. It's probably used by local businesses to transport goods by the sea. I can't help but feel nostalgic about seeing these ships. I used to travel by sea all the time when I was traveling the world. That was probably my favorite part. Huh, that does sound pretty nice. I'd like to try riding one day. Are you sure? You get motion sick pretty easily. Sailing on a ship might kill you. She has a point there. It's a row of houses lined in the edge of the harbor. Did I read that right? I feel like I misread that. A row of houses lined the edge of the harbor. Yeah. Oh, what happened? When I was a kid, I always dreamed of saving up enough gold to buy my own house on the harbor front. Well, you do have a job as an attorney now. You can always move back here. No, if possible, I never want to return to the city again. Boxes. There are several crates containing all kinds of goods. They must be the merchandise of the local businesses. Alright, that covers most of it. But, is there magic here?
Prepario Arcanum!
No, there isn't. Alright, let's talk. What did you see? Dracogen told us that you witnessed the accident. Aye, it was a horrible thing what happened. No one deserves what happened to that poor lad. Can you tell us what you saw? Well, I was showing a patron around town, and for some reason, he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. Something about checking out the local artificery. He must mean artificery. Anyways, he was looking at the machinery. Then suddenly, Morisika comes running towards us. She was trying to tell us something, but that damn machine was too loud for us to hear. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway. We saw the horrible sight. We saw someone fall into the vat. By the time we could get them to stop the machine, it was too late. That matches up with what you know so far. But what was Rika even doing there? She should have been running the cafe at that time of the accident. And that patron who was visiting the factory, did they also witness the accident? The guardrail. Can you tell us about how Justin fell off the walkway? Was it because the guardrail broke under his weight? Yeah, he did. But it was a little strange. The guardrail was made out of metal, yeah. But the way it broke, you would have thought it was made out of cardboard. He barely leaned on it, and it just broke apart. Even a poorly maintained guardrail shouldn't have broken that easily. Did someone really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? If so, that possibility could clear Dracogen's name. But presenting the possibility of a magical crime might just complicate things. I forgot, did Dracogen have magic? I don't actually know if I looked into that. He has no magic. Oh, he's age 70. There are some really old people in this fantasy land. Your patron. You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when the accident happened. Who was he? Did he witness the accident too? Aye, he was right there with me when Rika was trying to get our attention. It'd be hard to miss it with the commotion she was making. As for who he was, he said his name was Aster. Oh, Aster is Steelwind's fiance. Aster, you don't know anyone by that name, but why does that name sound familiar? Do you know what his surname was? No, the last was real secretive with his last name for some reason. He must have had a recognizable name. Is he a noble from a well-known house? Morrison's testimony. On the night of the accident, Mosorika, tutor, frantically approached Noah Morrison and a man named Aster. He tried to tell them something. However, they couldn't hear her over the noise produced by the refinery machines. They noticed that Mosorika was pointing at the walkway, so they looked there. There, they saw a figure lean on a guardrail and break it. The figure fell from the walkway into the vat of corrosive chemicals. Alright, the blockade. Why were you escorting this Aster in the first place? Don't you have to manage the harbor? Well, I can't really manage anything because of them. He gestures towards the Inquisition Knights, crowding the pier. They blocked all sea travel out of the city till this mess is sorted out. They have a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for? Well, you didn't hear this from me. But according to them, Aster's ship just up and vanished in the dead of night. Vanished? As in someone hijacked it? That's the thing. The guards would have noticed if someone had driven off with the ship, especially one of that size. But from what I heard, one of the guards could have sworn that they saw it vanish in a flash of light. A flash of light? Like something created by a spell? What kind of ship was it? Do you know how big it was? From the size of it, it was probably a galleon. A galleon? A spell of that scale would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size. Aster. I wonder who this Aster person is. He must have a high profile if they're calling the Kingsguard and the Inquisition for him. All over a missing ship, too. You spent some time with him, am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was staying? If I remember right, he's staying at the local inn near the town square. Wait, that's the tavern we were staying at. If he's this high profile, why is he staying at an inn for commoners? No idea. He's an eccentric one for sure. Whoever he is, he also witnessed the accident. You'll definitely want to speak with him. And if he's a noble, there's a chance that he's the mage that sabotaged the guardrail. Alright, that seems to be it. Alright, let's go to the tavern. Oh, it's a hallway this time. Morrison said that Aster is staying in one of the rooms of this tavern. But which room is it? We could always just check each room. That might irritate the patrons though. And if Aster doesn't want to be found, we might alert him if we annoy too many people. I guess you're right. Your family owns a tavern, right? If you had to put a VIP somewhere, which room would you choose? Oh, easy, the one down the hall. I guess it would probably be the one at the end of the hallway. Yeah. That's the one I use at my family tavern. Well, let's see this one. So, is it just me or this hallway looks similar to the one at your No, it's just your imagination. Looks similar to the one in your family's tavern. Well, most taverns use the same architecture, so I don't think it's that strange. No, but it looks exactly like the McCoy Tavern. It's uncanny. It's as if whoever made the tavern just decided to reuse the same design. Hey, making unique designs is difficult, Tyrion, and it costs money. Fourth wall breaking. Do you think the developer should be spending resources on a location that you only see once? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. They got me. I don't know, it just seems kind of lazy. Well, if it bothers you so much, why don't you pay for the assets required to make a new one? You decide to drop the matter. That was pretty good.
Arcane.
No magic here, no siree. Alright, let's see this room. According to Celeste's intuition, the innkeeper would have probably given Aster this room. You approach the door and firmly knock on it. Hello? Someone does come to answer the door, but they only open the door a fraction of the way. The crack in the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a look at the person's face. I'm terribly sorry, but if your business isn't urgent, I'd like to be left alone. Sorry if I'm intruding, but are you Aster? My name is Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm the defense attorney for Stephanic Dracogen. From what I heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw. Oh. This is what he looks like. He definitely looks like a noble. He's definitely going to get eyes soon. Upon hearing your name, the man fully opens the door and you're finally able to get a good look at him. He definitely stands out from the other patrons of the inn. He must be a wealthy patron that you're looking for. Tyrion Cuthbert, the protege of the infamous Ruby Timora. So, you know who I am? I do. I know you very well. Your biggest fan? Your biggest fan! Yeah. What? I can't believe it. You're the infamous Tyrion Cuthbert, standing right in front of my tavern room. What? I've read all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert. I don't know if this works. I need to think of a voice, but I feel like the voice I gave him are just too close to the voices I gave to the females, even though it's clearly not a female voice. I want to give him a voice similar to the Pierce voice, but he doesn't look like he's snooty. He just looks like, I'm assuming right now he's a runaway prince. That's the best assumption I can make. Let's think. You successfully indicted the head of House Pierce. You didn't think twice about confronting the inheritor of the House Frigga. And you even defeated Lord Von Sanctus in a chess tournament yesterday. I'm so lost right now. And you must be Celeste McCoy, Tyrion's first client and the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms. How did you find out about that name? The Crimson what? Don't ask. Anyways, if you are Aster, does that mean you've witnessed the accident with the Harbor Master yesterday? Yes I did. Are you going to interrogate me about what I saw? I'll answer whatever questions you have. You've never met a witness that was this eager to cooperate, but hopefully this means that he won't hide any details about what he saw. He's pretty entertaining. I kind of like him. There's a door to Aster's room in the tavern. The innkeeper gave him the room at the end of the hallway, presumably to keep away any prying eyes. Oh, no magic. All right, let's. Did you know that I'm an attorney? Please be. You're a fan, right? Can you tell me what you know about this? Sorry, no one, not a single person knows about this attorney's badge. Yeah, I can't say much about that. Look, I can't believe I actually came face to face with the legendary Tyrion Cuthbert. Legendary? I didn't know that defense attorneys could have fanboys. He's not just a defense attorney, he's a revolutionary. He's gone after prolific nobles and plunged the kingdoms of aristocracy into chaos. That phrasing makes you sound like some kind of anarchist. But what about the Crimson Demon or whatever? So what exactly is a Crimson Demon? I thought I'd finally gotten rid of that name. It's a name people called me when I was working in the Eastern Kingdoms. Legend says that she cleared an entire region of bandits within days. The very gaze of her demonic glare drove fear in the most hardened of warriors. You snort out a small laugh if you hear that. Oh, shut up. I guess is he a fan of Timora? Wait, if you're here, is Ruby Timora here too? She isn't. I originally only came here for the chess tournament. I didn't expect to be working on a case while I was here. In truth, you want to leave the city as soon as possible. Oh, I can't wait to meet Arya and present the Aster one. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. Arya's doing. What can you... Oh, wait. Is that different? Okay, no, it's not. Okay, so he didn't say anything about Arya Steelwind. What about Von Sanctus? No. It's best not to talk to him about the transmutation and traces that you found. You're still not entirely sure if he's the mage that used the magic to weaken the guardrail. What can you tell me about this Aster? No, never mind. Okay, so I just noticed for Aster we don't have occupation, age, or arcane art. Usually they appear automatically when we meet someone, but I guess we just don't know. The King's Guard has locked the entire city down because of your missing ship. I asked them to not make such a big deal over this. I've been quite troubled over the people I've inconvenienced. I really wish that they just let it go. It's a terrible thing that happened. I can't imagine what Justin's last moments must have been like. I didn't expect an aristocrat to remember the name of a commoner. The comment came out harsher than you intended. I suppose I deserve that. I haven't done much to help the common folk. I have a long way to go before I can do that. At least he seems like a good person for now. I'm glad there's clearly some good aristocrats, but most of them are probably just piece of shit human beings. Aster, you clearly know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are, Aster. My apologies, but I would prefer to keep my full identity hidden for now. He's within his right to do so, but you can't help but feel a little suspicious. In any case, what was your business here in Aranax? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord Von Sanctus. The same ship that was magically stolen? I'm surprised you found out about that. The King's Guard must have been trying their best to keep that information hidden. But I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Cuthbert. Flattery will get him nowhere. What's on that ship? It must be pretty valuable to be worth stealing. I doubt there was anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. The truth is, during the time that my ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it. I see, so... they were trying to kidnap him! The theft of the ship might have actually been an attempt to kidnap you. That's my current theory, anyways. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. He seems awfully calm about this. The accident. According to Morrison, you were also in the refinery that night. Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vat? I did. Could you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be important. It all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor master. I was inspecting the refinery's machines when a girl frantically ran towards us. She was hysterical. She looked like she was trying to tell us something, but we couldn't hear her over the noises of the machines. When she realized that we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That was when we saw Justin Wei fall off of it into the vat. The next question is very important. Did you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it? Yes, he broke the guardrail before he fell. His testimony matches exactly what Morrison saw. Both Noah and Aster's testimonies match each other identically, so that Morrison and Aster's testimony has been updated. The way he fell was strange, though. Strange? What can you mean by that? The way he fell? You mentioned that the way the victim fell was strange. Do you feel like the guardrail broke too easily? Why, yes! How did you know? It matches with the statement that the Harbor Master gave us. You don't want to reveal the traces of transmutation, okay. But yes, the guardrail broke the moment that Justin leaned on it. And his body was extremely limp when falling too. His body was limp? Normally, when falling from a great height, one would flail their arms, yes? But when I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all. He wasn't moving? Did you see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious. I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. Wait, you didn't actually see his face? How did you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have been? No one else has been reported missing. They also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vat. It was definitely him that fell in. That's true. You don't have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive. Huh. So, like, when we saw the beginning, or like, when we saw the death, it seemed like Justin's body parts fell off. Like, his arm was torn off, and whatnot. So I wonder if it's possible that, like, I feel like at this point, they're suggesting that Justin was already dead at this point, and someone essentially recreated the body to make it seem like he fell at that time rather than earlier. That is my assumption. However, I'm not exactly sure about the details of how it's done. I'm assuming that maybe the thing that fell in was like a mannequin or something. I'm not sure. Maybe it's like part of Justin that was torn off, but it was reconstructed using magic or something. I don't really know the magic system here. But let's talk about, are you a mage? There are traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, and it appears that Aster is quite the high-profile individual. He's probably a mage, and aside from Rika, he was probably the only other mage at the refinery that night. If you ask him outright, you might be able to see something incriminating through the Eye of Horus. Aster, we'll respect your privacy if you don't want to tell us who you are, but can you at least answer one question for me? I can make no promises, but I'll do my best to tell you what I can. Are you a mage? Oh? Is that all? Yes, I am a mage, and I'm quite the practiced one at that. You see, Celeste cast Detect Magic at the scene of the accident. We found traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, namely on the guardrails that Justin fell through. What? Here it is. I can't believe it! What? Are you telling me that a mage used transmutation magic to weaken the rails? It's a conspiracy! Wait, does that mean that this was actually a murder that made to look like an accident? It's like something I read out of the reports I read about. He's so excited. It's like something I read out of the reports I read about him. You don't see anything incriminating, and you can see his thoughts clearly. His feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting, though. And you asked me if I was a mage? Does that mean I'm a potential suspect? No. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. This is the greatest thing to ever happen to me. This is the first time you've met someone that's happy to be suspected of murder? Sorry, it's not right of me to get so excited about something that's serious. You must think less of me now. But something like right out of a mystery novel. That's not the reaction you were expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there are any incriminating thoughts in his mind. The emotions and the emotions that he was emanating were all positive. There wasn't a drop of fear in there. What could this mean? Either way, it looks like you found out everything you can from Aster. You should move elsewhere. Let's get away from this freak. Alright, we're going to Mosorica's cafe. Tyrion, you're back. Did you talk to Mr. Draco again? I did. I'm still not sure what to make of him just yet. But after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening. There are traces of transmutation magic on the guardrails. Regardless of their motive, someone have sabotaged the rail with the intent of harming an employee at the refinery. If this truly was a murder, you have to find out who did this and why. I'll represent him in court for the criminal case. Thanks, it really means a lot to me. On that note, you were at the refinery when the accident occurred, am I right? Yes, I was. May I ask you a few questions about what you saw that day? Of course, I'll do whatever I can to help. I'll present this testimony. What do you think about this? Oh, come on. Rika helped Justin. I'm terribly sorry for what happened to Justin. Are you doing okay? Yeah, it's difficult to think about this sometimes. You always hear about these things happening, but you never expect them to happen to the people you know. But have no fear. It will take more than this to bring down the High Ok Magi. She reverted back to her Chuny personality. Oh, whoops. I thought this was not new dialogue. You've really grown up since the last time I saw you. You used to be such a nervous wreck before. Nah, he still gets like that sometimes. You should see him before he enters the courtroom. Oh, that was about me. My bad. Your sword's so cool, Celeste. It doesn't look anything like the swords that I've seen at the local blacksmith. You like it? It was a gift I received from a regent in the Eastern Kingdoms. Wait, really? I didn't expect you to get along with a aristocrat. Well, a lot of things happened. It's a pretty long story. You'd like to hear more about her travels when you're less busy. Oh, wait, Aster's not added to my profile, so I can't present it. Aww. I can't present it to Steelwind when I see her. Eventually. You've really made a life for yourself here. I'm glad that you're able to realize your dreams to open a cafe. Okay, so this is also new, okay. But of course, once the Dark Lord sets her sights on a quarry, it's only a matter of time before she attains it. I've grown up since you last saw me. Yeah, let's not go that far. What's that supposed to mean? I've heard a lot of good things about Dracogen, but to be perfectly honest, it seems too good to be true. Hey, he's a good person. He invested in my cafe when no one else would. But no one can be that philanthropic. I don't think it's philanthropic, it's pragmatism. What do you mean? No, nobles like Von Sanctus tend to underestimate the power of goodwill. Wyverngard has a very oppressive hierarchy, and their aristocracy takes advantage of, or even outright abuses the working class. They're old-fashioned. They'd never be able to do business with a common folk mage. Yeah, and Von Sanctus wouldn't even hear me out when I was starting. Dracogen is willing and able to invest in resources that Von Sanctus wouldn't even think of touching. That sort of adaptive thinking gives him an edge over Von Sanctus. See? Alright, Morrison. I met with Morrison earlier. He seems to be doing well. Yeah, sea trade has been booming lately. So he's been getting a lot of business. I wonder if it's because of the growing wealth of Aranax. Could I capitalize on this somehow? You can almost see the gears turning in her head. I really like Celeste. She's really cute. Are you at the refinery? Okay, by the way, why were you at the refinery that day? Didn't you have to work at the cafe? I was making a food delivery to Justin. Wait, you were delivering food to the victim? Yeah, he never had the time to make his own dinner. So I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. But that night, I couldn't find him in the freight area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building. Oh my, the voices are killing me. So the accident happened while you're delivering his food. Morisica's food delivery. Wasorika, tutor, was delivering food to Justin Wei during the time of the accident. Justin apparently never had time to make food for himself, so she delivered his dinner to him every day. Wasorika didn't find Justin in the freight area that day, so she went looking for him and spotted him in the refinery building before he fell. I wonder if they were in a relationship or something. I don't know, it's possible. Justin's behavior. Did you talk to Justin at all before the accident? I did. When I found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. He was busy? Well, according to Dracogen, he should have never been in the refinery building in the first place. Did he say what he was busy with? He said that he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Dracogen. That can't be true, though. Dracogen didn't mention anything about this. Unless... Justin's meeting? Marisico Tutor briefly interacted with Justin Wei before the accident. Justin supposedly told her that he was on his way to schedule a meeting with Stefanik Dracogen. But Dracogen never mentioned this meeting. What did you see? We got a few witness accounts already, but I just want to double check. What did you see during the accident? Sorry, I'm sure that it was a disturbing sight. Do you need to take a moment? No, it's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. It was my first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at the machines. That was when I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one can hear me because of how loud the machines were. What? Wait. She saw Justin fall, but then she made the noise to get someone. And after she alerted them, they saw him fall, so he fell twice. That is what I'm getting. Okay. Before I finally got them to understand what happened, it was already too late. Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight? I'm honestly not too sure. I was too busy trying to find help. On the night of the accident, Masorika Tudor saw Justin fall off the walkway. After seeing him fall, she tried to get the attention of Aster and Noah Morrison. But they couldn't understand her because of how loud the refinery machines were. Okay, so that's totally what happened. So basically, Justin, in quotes, died twice. Okay. You have a matching witness account from Aster and Morrison. They saw the guardrail break twice. Having Rika also confirmed that would have been helpful, but you suppose that Aster and Morrison's statement will have to suffice. Rika's account of what happened is a lot less detailed than Aster and Morrison's, but she did see Justin just before the accident. You still have no idea why Justin was on that walkway in the first place. According to Rika, he said that he had a meeting scheduled with Dracogen, but this doesn't match with what Dracogen told you. Either Justin or Dracogen must be lying in that case. You met Dracogen already, but you still have no idea what kind of person Justin was. You don't even know what he looks like. Come on, show us. Perhaps Rika can tell you more. Justin Wei. Can you tell us more about the victim? What kind of person was he? He was a good person. He fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago. He was starting to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change, so I asked Mr. Dracogen to give him a job. I really wanted him to change his life for the better, but this job just ended up killing him. You can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known that this was happen. I guess you're right. It's hard not to think about it, though. Masorika Tudor's psychological profile is complete. Was he the type of person to go to places that he was not supposed to be? No, not anymore. Not anymore? He really wanted to make a good impression on Mr. Dracogen. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times when I accidentally broke Dracogen's protocols. Right, that matches up with what Dracogen said. But maybe she was falling back into his old habits. Perhaps Rika could tell you more about what he was like before he turned his life around. Alright, so the next part's gonna be... Oh, never mind. Justin's bad crowd. You mentioned that Justin fell in with a bad crowd before. I've also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Can you tell us a little bit more about them? Oh, she's scared now. Huh. What? Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. I need to speak with the other people who knew him. Do you know where I can find his delinquent friends? I'm sorry. I really didn't know him that well. I should keep quiet. You might make him mad. Rika, are you hiding something from me? Oh, what? Of course not. What would the Dark Lord of Ornax possibly have to hide from you? Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. You need to argue against her if you want to find the truth. Okay, the last one is the argument. But I think as an intro, this is a pretty good spot. But yeah, this episode's kind of been going on for a while. And we're in a news case. That's pretty cool. But I don't know what Justin looks like. I guess like they're like, oh, we don't have to give him a portrait if he's like disintegrated, right? He'll be fine. But I love how they commented and broke the fourth wall about the reuse in assets. I'm kind of fine with it because like in the medieval times they always have like the standard tavern setting and they always kind of look the same. So it's not too much of a problem. But since this game was made on a budget, I kind of respect it. I respect them for doubling down on breaking the fourth wall to make that work even better. But now we've met Marissa, our apparently a childhood friend who is a chuny, but also is a good cook and cares for her friends. We've met a lot of people. I really wish we got Aster added here because I really want to do something with him. But unfortunately, I guess not. We'll just have to deal with no Aster. But yeah, we'll find out a little bit more. I'm pretty sure the only thing left will be to do this argument with Rika and to go back to the refinery to talk to Dracogen. And we'll probably have some stuff with... Actually, no, there's probably a lot more because we also have to talk to Orem and Steelwind probably to find out what's happening there. Because at this moment, it's still not confirmed to be a murder. And it's clearly a murder. I'm sure it'll be brought up, and then we'll have like a little something different, despite the fact that we already have like a good amount of evidence, despite once again, despite the fact that our evidence has 0 spells. But yeah, we'll continue with this next time. And until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!